welcome. All right. We're going to give a couple minutes here, see who's going to be hopping on for this impromptu live stream. Welcome, welcome. Want to welcome everybody who's showing up on the replay. All right. Clear. We have some cards already wanting to be used today as we tap into these energies. Hello, Christina. Welcome, beautiful. Happy 777. Happy Sirian Gateway. Happy full moon in Capricorn. The full moon in Capricorn is going to be happening tomorrow from when I'm filming this. So that will be the 3rd of, what month are we in? The 3rd of July, July 3rd, that full moon in Capricorn. If you guys haven't checked out the 777 portal Sirian Gateway video, definitely check that out so that you can get a better overview of the energies. This is just going to be an energy update, kind of checking into where we're at right now. Hello, Pippi. Hello, Thorn Rosa. Hello, hello. Oh, wonderful. Already got a great crew on here. Oh, and while we're getting ready here, I don't know, trying to figure out, it's, it is officially summertime where I live. It is hot, it is sweaty, it is humid, and the hair is just kind of going crazy and doing its thing right now. Ooh, there's also, we haven't put in our air conditioners yet. So it is very hot and sweaty in my office right now. So I may be shifting around a little bit as we do this live stream. I found after being pregnant last summer and everything that was going on there, my tolerance for heat is a lot better than it used to be. But yeah, it's definitely feeling sticky right now. So I don't know, how are you guys feeling with these energies that we've got going on here? I've been dreaming a lot. I don't know about you guys, but pretty much every single night, just multiple dreams. It's like a constant stream of dreams moving through. And, none of them seem particularly prophetic. They seem mostly just like my subconscious kind of working through all kinds of different storylines as I'm dreaming, like those kind of dreams. But they're really entertaining. And of course, I don't really remember a whole lot too long after I wake up. I've always wanted to do a dream journal. I honestly never, until this past year or so, never really dreamed enough, remembered my dreams enough. Oh, thank you, ABC. That's so generous of you. Thank you for that beautiful donation. I never dreamed enough that a dream journal, or remembered my dreams enough that a dream journal made sense. Now it kind of does, except I have difficulty sleeping. So waking up to journal my dreams, I feel like I'd never actually get any sleep, and my dreams would decrease significantly in the struggle to fall back asleep. But how about you guys? Are you guys dreaming a lot? Let's see. Oh yeah, Texas, it is hot there, definitely. It's a different kind of heat though, right? Like you guys have that nice dry heat. I really enjoy a nice dry heat. In New England where I live, it's this super heavy, wet, sticky kind of heat that we get, like Florida type heat when it gets hot here. Let's see. Oh no. You know, yeah, you're so you say Raphael. Tammy, when I lose my keys and stuff like that, it's usually the fairies that are playing tricks on me. And the one thing that I realized about that was that they aren't actually moving anything. What they do is they place this veil over things. So it's kind of like they disguise them, or it's sort of like shift them into another dimension. So they're actually still sitting right where you left them. It's just that you can't see or feel them. And it's really frustrating. The fairies used to do that to me all the time. I had to actually create a little altar for them for a while where they had their own stuff to play with, their own crystals and things, buy the plants, just to keep them happy and sort of appease them a little bit. And I had to get really firm and be like, listen, we can't be doing this. Like, I can't. I remember for a full day once I had no keys. Luckily, I have a backup set, so I was able to use those and just forget about it. And I had no wallet one day too, and it was the same kind of story. And then it showed up right in the exact same place that myself and my roommate had looked 5 times. So that's when I figured out that it was literally just like that veil was put over it, and it was kind of like in a different dimension, but still sitting right there, because I'm like, I knew they were. it's just, it was like they didn't exist. And so the altar helped, getting really firm with them, telling them that it was not working for me, that I appreciated their sense of humor, but it was really inconveniencing me, and I would appreciate it if they would kind of cut the crap. And then creating a little space for them where they could play and feel appreciated. And also like laughing and knowing that like in other dimensions, I am Faye as well. So like, I'm like, getting a taste of my own medicine here. I see how this goes. Yeah, you couldn't find your pendulum, Pippi. Exactly. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Christina. Dreaming a lot and very drained. I'm feeling that energy as well. We're needing a lot of rest lately. Yeah. Yeah. And if we are feeling, I know that somebody had said in the chat, I scroll by a message, somebody had said that they're feeling disconnected from spirit. The 777 portal and this energy, the Sirian gateway, is all about connecting ourselves to spirit or reconnecting ourselves. So this is a great time to tap back in, minimize distraction, right? Sit with the self, sit in some meditation, maybe use some crystals, right, to help get you into that space. And just really connect with your heart. Connect with your heart. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. And yeah, pay attention to the dreams. Although, like I said, my dreams just seem like my own subconscious kind of sorting stuff out. Nothing has seemed too significant about them. Is it possible for one of the 144,000 chosen ones to miss ascension? Well, so Chief Rabbi, the thing about that is, we're chosen because we choose. Okay, that's the way that I feel about this term, the chosen ones. It's because we choose. And so, yeah, of course. And I mean, miss ascension, what does that necessarily mean, right? Eventually we will all ascend, right? Because ascending is like our entire purpose, right? We descend so that we can ascend again, right? It's like a tree. We climb down the tree and then we climb back up again. And it's through the experience of the growth in of that process, right? And so we're all going to climb back up the tree. It's just how long is it going to take us? And so some people will choose a longer route. And it's all about what we're choosing. Every single being on this planet gets to make that choice. And there is no, you know, I use the term 144,000 because it is a term that people recognize, that people resonate with, right? And to me, it means the starseeds that came here with a mission to help uplift humanity, who were aware of this ascension process and what they signed up for, that came here to shift these energies. These starseeds that have been on this planet for a very long time, many of us doing this work. But when we, like with the energy of the chosen ones, right? Like I feel like there's an elitist kind of an energy that we use with that sometimes. So I want to caution everyone to kind of stay away from that kind of energy with it. And just know that we're chosen because we chose. Because we chose to come here. Because we chose to assist. Because we chose to descend into this density that many of us had already ascended out of again, right? So that we could be of assistance. All right, but it doesn't mean that we are better than anybody. It doesn't mean that we are more, it's like, what's coming to mind right now is like, I don't know if you guys ever used to watch like Law and Order SVU. And in the beginning, they would always say, are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. It's like, like we're not elite. We're not better than anybody else. We are simply like, we have a different role and we're at a different level of evolution than others are. But we all come under the same veil of forgetfulness when we incarnate here. All right, we all incarnated, we all chose to incarnate into this matrix, into this simulation. And we can get just as lost as anybody else here. Okay? And there's a lot of snares. There's a lot of us who have gotten lost. And we are repeating cycles of this energy of getting lost, of getting trapped by the spiritual ego, right? Of getting trapped by this energy of feeling above others. This energy of feeling better than. This energy of sometimes just like all those the lower trappings of the shadow, right? When we incarnate, we have to gain this density, this ego density, in order to be a vibrational match to this reality, right? We have to really, there's a very fractional amount of our light and the power and beauty of our essence that is able to be contained in this physical form, in this planet. All right, so we really have to, we're at a serious disadvantage when we get down here. And there's a lot of things that distract us and pull us off course. And there's a lot of us repeating cycles where we got pulled off course and trying to course correct this time around by recognizing the ways that we sort of deviated from the plan, so to speak, from the blueprint in other lifetimes, so that we can not do the same thing this time around. We are repeating a cycle that's been repeating since Atlantis fell. And during the fall of Atlantis, many light workers went dark. And so that's the process that we're in again. And so, yes, it is very possible that those of us who consider ourselves the chosen ones, right, the 144,000, whatever label we want to use, may choose a different path. All right? We have that beautiful free will that we get to exercise. And so what are we choosing with that, right? Hello, Galactic Elf. Welcome. Hello, King Shanes. Wonderful to see you here. Such wonderful positive vibes and stuff. I love King Shanes. I catch him on Instagram quite a bit. Some really great readings and different things that King Shanes posts. So if you are not following, you absolutely should be. Lots of really good vibes going on there. Hello, Annika. We should all be. Hello, Cookies Mama. So hopefully that is an answer to the question, Chief Rabbi. But then again, like we said, we never miss anything because it's we're always evolving at different rates, at different speeds, in different ways. And so we get to choose what that evolution looks like, and we get to choose, like, are we on the timeline for ascension in this particular lifetime, in this particular dimension, at this particular moment. And some people, yes, and some people will choose something else. Like, the important part is to be aware of what we're choosing. All right, to make sure that we don't ever default to walking around with the blinders on again, because those blinders look like different things as we move through different phases of our awakening. They're no longer completely blind, like they no longer blind us completely. They just are like a veil over our perception that causes us to see things in a certain light, if that makes any sense. To see and not see, I guess, would be a better way to put that. Yes. Yeah, I think we should all definitely be following each other. Like, if anybody has if anybody else has a YouTube, they have an Instagram, they have any of that stuff, like drop that in the comments, drop that in the chat. Definitely, it's just supporting each other and connecting in all the ways that we can. Clear. Yeah, it's very Neptunian, that veil over the perception, right? So I want to get a little evidence, I almost want to say. I want to do a little pull from the Star Seers Tarot for this 777 portal. Moving as we are right now, we are deep in that full moon energy, you guys. Definitely. So I'm dreaming a lot when I am sleeping, but sleep has been hard to come by the past couple days. I don't know if anybody else. I used to not sleep well at all around the moons, and then I got a lot better. And now it's getting back to that again, where I don't really sleep around the full moons, which drives me nuts. And it was the same around the new moon, but that was when we had that crazy jump in the Schumann resonance. So I think it was that whole gateway of energy. And then I was doing all right again, and now not so much. I've never been the greatest sleeper. I was sleeping great after my aura training. And then that new moon and then this full moon hit, and I'm back to, like, you know, kind of struggling. So big energies in the air is essentially what the point of that. All right, so we have the Five of Swords coming out with the Knight of Cups. Interesting. And so what we may be getting into here is something that I was thinking of before I went on this live stream. It is so hot in this room. I have so where I record these videos, it's a non-insulated part of my dwelling. And so in the summer, it gets really hot. And in the winter, it gets really cold in here. So it's like, pardon me, but I am definitely... I'm definitely sweating in here right now. The energy gets really hot too when it starts moving through, as you guys know. So when I was getting ready for this live stream, I was thinking, like, what are some scenarios that we have going on? What are some ways that we're experiencing this energy? Because in the 777 portal video, we did a lot pulling on the activations and the different things that we're receiving. But like the nuts and bolts of how we, like, what's happening is a little bit different than what we're receiving for activations, right? Like a lot of us, we don't necessarily directly experience those. We kind of feel and sense the energy of them. But what's going on in our daily lives was kind of like my curiosity here. So with this, it definitely feels like what could be going on for some people in our tribe has to do with like somebody, like some sort of offer of love, some sort of message or offer. There's definitely the potential for it to be like a romance kind of thing for some people that's causing some stress and anxiety. Or somebody who's wanting to speak up and is kind of afraid to say how they or speak how they truly feel. I'm feeling that energy too. I'm feeling that energy almost a little bit more here. Like unrequited love kind of an energy is kind of what this feels like. Hello, Mitchell. Welcome. Yeah, it feels like unrequited love. And this could also be for any of us, like anywhere in our lives where we're feeling like a little bit uncertain, where we want to make a move, but we're towards something that we're passionate about, but we're afraid to do so. And I don't feel like I'm going to be reading reversals today. I'm just not in the mood for it. So we're not going to do it. So I'm letting Spirit know that right now. All right. Spirit's like, oh, really? Want to bet? So as soon as I say that, I'm interpreting these two cards. And what this is feeling like to me is like somebody who had to let something or someone go, or somebody who perhaps all right, there's a couple things coming through here. Some of this has to do with defending family and having to fight and stand up for our family, fight and stand up for those that are important to us, those that matter to us. All right, so that's an energy of like being the protector, needing to be the protector, feeling that role of the protector right now when it comes to what's near and dear to us. Definitely feeling it for family for a lot of people. Family relationships. It could be like status or reputation or what we own in the material world. But for most people, I'm feeling this as family, like really needing to take a stand for those that we love, to protect those that we love. And for some people, it's like cutting away and letting go of the things that threaten our family unit. Remember, we are in Cancer season right now as well, which is all about the home and the family. For some people, it's actually cutting out toxic family members. I'm feeling that for some people. But for a lot of people, I feel like it's like cutting out, speaking our truth, standing our ground, and cutting out the things that threaten the things that matter most to us. Creating that sanctuary and being very much in our Queen of Swords energy if we need to in order to do this. But for some people, it's always like, it's also like speaking your truth within your family unit. Important. I feel like for some people too, around this, hello, Sarah, welcome, beautiful. During this 777 gateway, I feel like some people too are going to become very impassioned. All right, side note, there's like child custody stuff going on for some people too, and like really needing to stand in their power around that. But some people are going to become very impassioned around this 777 gateway as well when it comes to the children in general, like the children of humanity. When it comes to child trafficking, this is something that was talked about a lot very briefly, right? And then kind of swept back under the rug again. But we know that there's a lot of that going on. It's interesting. I just saw like a little clip from Mel Gibson, who I find very fascinating because he appears to be one of the celebrities who spoke out about all of the dark satanic stuff that goes on in Hollywood and stuff like that, and was labeled as crazy. And sort of the media kind of like had us put in that category of like people that have kind of lost their minds, right? And targeted, like there was a lot of negativity, like that his career was pretty much shut down, right? And he spoke out about a lot of this stuff. So I find him kind of fascinating. And there was this thing that just popped up on my, I think it was YouTube, where he was promoting a movie about human trafficking and child trafficking. So I'm going to look into that a little bit and see if there's any legitimacy to that. Because of who he is and what he's spoken out about in the past, it made me very intrigued. But some people are going to be getting very impassioned about that and about the safety of the children and protecting our children. And it is so incredibly important to do so. Our children are our future. All right. There are very high vibrational children being born to this planet right now whose very light pushes out the darkness. Okay. Because they are that powerful. They are that bright. And there's a lot that's being done to prevent these children from coming onto this planet and to attempt to corrupt these children once they do. All right. And to corrupt all children, because children are the purest energy. All right. And there's so much dark stuff that happens to these children. So much dark stuff that these children's energy is used for. It's honestly like that's a whole other live stream in and of itself. And it's heavy. It's dark. And it affects me very deeply now to think about on a totally different level being a mother. So some people are going to get really impassioned about that and the ways that they can be an advocate for those children. And one of the simplest ways is just to send love to the children every day. To send love and that intention for protection. All right? And to spread awareness. Yes, exactly, Christina. It's so important. It's so important. Each and every one of us, we have so many missions on this planet, right? But one of those missions is to be that protector of all, right? The protector of all, but especially the children, all right? Because their lights are so bright and in some ways they are so strong, but in other ways, like that light is fragile, right? That light needs to be protected. Exactly. And they know that our children are the most important, right? And so that's why they target them. So being really aware of that. So some people are going to get really fired up about that during the 777 portal as well. And I think what Spirit is also saying is like, send that love to the children during this portal. All right. Yes, Sarah, exactly. Our children were born to us for a reason. They were born to us so that we could, and of course, properly, in the appropriate timing, educate them about this world, about this matrix, about what it is that we are doing here, right? To teach them the tools to protect themselves, to shield their energy, to teach them discernment, to teach them how to embrace their gifts, how to embrace their beauty and uniqueness and that light, right? And to ensure in all ways that we can to do our part to ensure that that light burns bright and continues to burn bright. So it's not necessarily that we're saving them from the matrix, because they actually came here to help us save humanity from the matrix. Right? They don't necessarily need to be saved, but they need to be taught, and they need to be protected, and they need to be allowed to continue to blossom and be made aware so that they can grow up to be the teachers that they are, right? Because our children are our greatest teachers as well. We teach them, but they teach us too. And to speak, the energy of the throat, really, really important. And this came through, and I'm going to share the clip. This came through in a collab that I did with Pete the other day as well. The importance of using our throat chakras as we move through not only the 7-7 portal, but through the Lionsgate, the 8-8 portal as well. The importance of using our throats and using our voices to speak out about things, right? To share our truth, to share the truths that we know. And what came through was that what we're actually doing, and I think it's really interesting that I've had a cold this week, and it's centered around my throat. It started in the throat. And a lot of the healing that my higher self and I did around it the other night had to do with the throat. So I'm finding that fascinating. I'm just connecting that now, that we're working with this energy here. And we're talking about this. So one of the things that came through at the end that I channeled was that what we're doing is we are alchemizing and transmuting a lot of the dark magic that was the dark spells and the dark magic that they did in 2020. A lot of these dark rituals, such as the masking, the covering of the mouth, the covering up of the voice, right? The silencing of humanity, the muzzling, the silencing of humanity, that was part of a dark ritual. There were a lot of dark rituals that were done in order to lead us down these very dark timelines, these anti-ascension timelines, right? To keep us trapped in this matrix. And as we know, they didn't quite work out the way that they were meant to, but we're really alchemizing and transmuting a lot of those energies this year in 2023. And as we move through that Lionsgate portal, the 8-8 portal, so like now moving into that, there's a huge shift in that energy where we are deleting a lot of those inverted timelines that they tried to create back then. So working with our throats, not being afraid to work with our throats, to speak truth. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Beautiful, Sarah. Yeah. Exactly, Annika. They are our greatest teachers. My son is very young still, but he has taught me so much in this short period of time that he's been on this earth, right? All right, so a lot of stuff around the home, the family, the children coming through. All right. Also, Spirit reminding us, if we want the 10 of Pentacles in some area of our lives, all right, if we want this, what are the words that I'm looking for here? Stability, security, everything that we see on this card, right? This is all of our needs being met in the material realm, whatever those needs and desires are for us. We got to be in our Queen of Swords. All right. And see, this Queen of Swords, she doesn't look super, like she doesn't feel the need to be combative, right? She's got her sword and she's not afraid to use it. But she's also contemplating, all right? She's taking that time to discern her next move. And then she is moving strategically in the direction that she's being guided. She's sitting. You can see it could be that it's actually probably the clouds. She's probably surrounded, right? This is an air card, so she's probably up in the air. But it feels almost like, I feel almost like a watery vibe behind her when I see this card too, right? So with her intuition, merged and one with her intuition as well. She's got that eagle view. We see the bird, the hawk, the eagle, whatever bird that may be, flying high in the sky. She's getting the whole, she's seeing everything from that bigger picture, and then she's taking action from that vantage point. All right, and so that's what Spirit is wanting us to do right now. But it's wanting us to not be afraid to cut out the things that need to be cut out. All right, not being afraid to stand our ground, to speak our truth at the same time. All right, and then I'm trying to feel if I want to move back into this energy. What is it that you want that you're afraid to go after? That's what this card is asking. And are those fears real, or is it all in your head? Let me see here. Let's see. Going through the comments again real quick here. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a greater purpose for everything, right? I love how we were able to take all of those energies over the past few years and all of the all of the attempts to limit our sovereignty to keep us ensnared, and how we were able to use those to grow even more empowered. And how so many people awakened during that process, right? There was a powerful awakening that happened, which was the opposite of what was intended. It's just so beautiful, right? It shows us that we can always spin any situation and have a positive outcome. Yes, exactly. Love Riot Warrior. Speak the truth and speak with your heart. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. We are clearing all of that energy, all of that oppression from the throat chakra. And we're clearing that we're assisting with, to the extent that we can clear it for humanity. Because what I'm realizing and understanding is there's a certain level of things that we can clear for the collective, but then there's a certain level of personal accountability that has to be taken for each individual person too. All right. But as much as we can collectively, we are clearing every single person who begins to speak up, who begins to exercise and use that throat chakra, is clearing that. All right. And we may feel like the past week, it has felt, actually, it's been longer than that now that I think about it. That I've had those times when all of a sudden it's harder to speak, or it feels like my throat is weak, like there's a tickle in my throat and I'm always trying to clear it. And some of that is also transmuting when we're out in the energy of the collective. A lot of people who have consented to having certain things, we'll say, added to their body chemistry, right? Who have sort of drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak. There are toxins and there are things that they are putting out that we're trying to clear. All right, and so that's one reason why we feel that need, like the sinuses and the throat clearing, transmuting energies. I'm transmuting the AI and all of that. But also it's that energy of that attack on the throat chakra. And so it's like, continue to work with your throat chakra, continue to clear it, continue to use it, drink lots of healing teas and stuff like that, work with the energy of the throat chakra, singing bowls, the colors, like the color blue, just really working with the energies of the throat, and continuing to use that. And just knowing that we're doing some powerful clearing work with that throat chakra energy right now. Missed you on the aura and raw Ona just now. I'm not sure what you mean, Carrie. Let's see. Sing, sing, sing. Even like you said, if you sound like a troll. Yes, absolutely. Singing is beautiful. It is so incredibly important. Yes, yes, yes. And it brings joy, right? When we don't judge ourselves and we just allow ourselves to express freely through our singing. Yeah, it's right. It only belongs to you. Anything only ever belongs to you if you claim ownership of it. All right. When we begin to understand that, it's a game changer. If I don't say that it's mine, then it's no longer is, right? When I claim it, it becomes mine. And I can unclaim it just as easily, right? I can release it just as easily. Oh, yeah. Sundays, the bulk of Sundays is kind of dedicated to I just have a lot going on Sundays generally, so I don't always make it. I also forget that it's a thing that happens. It's not something that that I've gotten into a habit of, so I don't remember that it's happening. Once we move more into the fall and winter time, I'll probably be able to make more live things on Sundays, as far as the groups and stuff like that. But I spend a lot of time with family on Sundays. It's pretty much my only day to spend with family and different things like that. So Sundays are a little bit challenging, and I was able to hop on here and do a live stream for you guys today, which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, it's one of those things, and it's also the remembering that things are happening on Sundays, because it's not something that I've kind of gotten to the habit of yet. So thank you for reminding me though, Carrie, because Kari, I want to say Carrie, but let me know how that's pronounced. Because I will definitely try to remember. Maybe I'll put a reminder on my phone just so that I know that it's going on. And that way, if I do have some time to hop on there, I'm able to do that and actually catch the live. Because I do watch the replays, but it's just like getting that cemented in my mind. I'm still kind of new to that whole tribe there, so I don't always think about it. Yeah, it's healing. It is being worked on. So the more we use the throat chakra, the more we're going to be releasing that. Hello, Brittany Nicole. Welcome, beautiful. Clear. Making pizzas. Beautiful. Putting that love into those pizzas for people. I love it. Anything else that Spirit wants to tell us regarding this 777 portal? What else is going on? Anything else? All right, I'm going to grab a different deck in a second, but we're going to see if there's any final cards from this deck that want to come out. Spirit, what do you have to say? Right, doing a little singing exercise in that throat. Oh, beautiful. All right, so we have the 8 of Cups with the star. And we have the 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So 2 8s, 8 8, right? Where we're not talking about the Lion's Gate. And then 17, 7 plus 1 equals 8. So really we got 888 here, you guys. And I say beautiful. People don't always look at the 8 of Cups that way. But these cards together feel very beautiful to me. Right? One interpretation could be walking away from our dreams. But the way that I'm feeling this is like walking away from the dreams that aren't resonating. And walking away from everything that is blocking us and preventing us from achieving our dreams. This is a beautiful, perfect card, right? For the 777 portal. Welcome, Pete. Right? What better card to show this energy? Well, I guess really, I mean, this is portraying the universe, the higher self is outside of the self. And as we know, everything is actually within. Right? So I guess this isn't maybe the perfect card, but it is a really beautiful card. All right? And so it's this energy of like finally getting the courage to walk away from everything that isn't serving in order to move towards the deepest desire within our hearts. Remember this energy here? Of like, what are you wanting and desiring that you are afraid to make a move towards because you're too caught up in your head? This is when we finally walk away from all that nonsense, right? In our minds. Hello, Janice. Hello, Evolved. And we allow ourselves to move in the direction of our dreams, to move in the direction, to listen, right? To the higher self and allow that higher self to guide us and take those steps that we're guided to take without fear. Releasing the fear. It feels like this 8 of Cups card, it feels like a really beautiful, quiet energy. It's like walking away, but it's walking away in this beautiful state of empowerment, simultaneous empowerment and surrender. It's not a big dramatic affair. It's just that energy of leaving behind. And with this bowl and this fire burning here, I'm feeling like this is going to be a really powerful portal and a powerful energy during this full moon tomorrow to do ritual. And we used to do this during the moon ceremonies, right? Write down what you're wanting to release and burn it in the fire. All right, some of you guys, it's like there may be actual artifacts that you need to burn. All right, things that connect you to your past, things that connect, just like sentimental things that want to go, that need to be purified and cleansed by fire. All right, always done in safety, of course. But it's so silly that we have to put out disclaimers like that, right? But it's important that we do. Right? But I feel like, yeah, some people, it's like using that fire, that alchemization, and it's great to see Pete on here now. I was talking about Pete a little bit earlier, what came through at the end of our collaboration we did the other day about the energy of moving toward the Lionsgate portal and the alchemization. It's like where it's alchemy on a massive collective level, where we are shifting and alchemizing and transmuting and transforming so much. The entire planet is like being up-leveled and receiving this powerful transmutation and alchemization. And each and every single one of us is too. So working with that energy of fire, starting that now, all right, during this full moon. And we're in the full moon energy now. We'll be in it all week, especially today, of course, tomorrow, and then the day after. So any of those, the next 3 days, really powerful days to do this work. And just leave it there, let it go. It's like the thing that you've been resisting, releasing is the final thing that's going to allow your dreams to come true. It's like if you've been sitting and praying and wishing and wanting something, there's something you've been holding on to that's been preventing that. Like you can't get where you're trying to go while you're still holding on to whoever this is. All right, and there's powerful movement that happens once you're able to walk away, to let go. See how she's walking towards this beautiful sunrise here? Always darkest before the dawn. That was the energy that just came to mind there. Clear. All right, we're going to pull a couple tarot for the empaths, light workers, healers, energy healers, whatever, to close here. Clear. All right, let's get a couple of closing cards for all of my beautiful, beautiful star seeds for this 777 Sirian Gateway full moon in Capricorn. And like I said, for those of you who haven't watched the Sirian Gateway video, definitely do. Bonfire for gratitude every full moon. I love that. Yes. Oh, yeah. It all starts with taking care of ourselves. So incredibly important. Hello, Eric. Welcome. Welcome, brother. All right. Closing cards, closing guidance. All right. 8 of Wands in reverse here. Interesting. We just had it upright. Now we're getting it in reverse. I do read reversals with these cards. Okay, 3 of Cups in reverse. Excessive expectations. Ooh, unexpected setbacks. So here's some of the challenging energies that are possible and present here. Let me feel into this for a second. What Spirit's saying is that what we also really want to do right now is release our expectations about situations. Because there's something right now about having unrealistic or excessive expectations of a situation, of a person. For some people, this is like expectations of yourself. So this is like perfectionism type of energy coming through here. And if you're not seeing any movement, and this is part of what needs to be walked away from, what needs to be released, right? That energy. It's gunking up the works is like the best way that I can put it. It's also like some people, and something that we used to say in 12-step recovery, when I was part of 12-step recovery, is expectations are premeditated resentments. And what that means is when we have an expectation of somebody else and they fail to live up to it, we've essentially guaranteed that then we're going to be resentful. We're going to be angry. All right. And more often than not, people and the world at large does not conform to our expectations. I mean, it does in a larger sense, But the expectations that it's actually conforming to are our belief systems and our subconscious programming, not necessarily what we're consciously thinking. Sometimes, but not always. Ooh, but sometimes. All right. We're going in a different direction with this now, guys. What Spirit's also saying is that sometimes people don't meet our expectations, all right? Because we're setting impossible standards. And this includes setting impossible standards for ourselves. However, many people on here are very powerful manifestors. We're very tuned into and tapped into. Our energy is operating at a pretty powerful frequency. So sometimes the expectations that we have of others do affect the way that they behave and react and the way the world behaves and reacts. So if you are finding that you are having, whether consciously or subconsciously, so you want to look into this, excessive expectations in a negative sense, know and understand that that's creating a lot of the issues in your life right now. Your expectation, for instance, what's a really obvious example of this, right? We expect that everybody we love is going to leave us. And so one of two things happens. Either we leave other people because we feel like we want to keep the upper hand and leave first. We push people away with our behavior, right? Or we naturally vibrate towards people who are going to leave us. All right? They call it a self-fulfilling prophecy. Some of this kind of stuff is happening too. So Spirit is saying, be really aware of your expectations in every sense. Be aware of when you are placing too high expectations upon a person, place, or thing, and you're looking to that thing to fulfill you, right? And also be aware when you are expecting something from a situation and you are actually creating that outcome by the power of your thoughts and expectations. Clear. Anything else here? It's like our power is going to be felt pretty profoundly, I think. Whether in, High Priestess coming out, whether that manifests for us in a positive or a negative fashion is going to depend on what are our thoughts, what is our frequency, right? And the importance of our frequency cannot be underestimated, right? Because it's really our frequency that manifests. It's our frequency that creates. Our thoughts are important because our thoughts are a huge part of our frequency. The things that we're thinking on a daily basis have a huge impact on our frequency, and to great effect are one of the greatest factors in what determines our frequency. Okay? And yes, our thoughts do become things, but it's what things are created in our lives, what things are actually able to come into our reality are determined by what's a match to our frequency. All right, so some of us are going to be really getting a crash course in this and the understanding of this and what it means and what it is that we have drawn into our reality. And some of us, it's going to be a crash course in surrender when it comes to like realizing the expectations that we put on others or ourselves, and realizing where that's like, where we need to sort of amend that, where we need to accept other people where they're at, not where we want them to be, and how important it is to accept ourselves where we're at. Knowing that that doesn't mean that we're not going to keep striving to grow and become better, right? I kind of hate saying become better, right? Because that minimizes who we are right now. But you know what I mean? We're not going to, that doesn't mean we're going to stop growing. But it's like being loving to ourselves as we are. Being loving. Like if we're noticing, oh my God, I've been attracting all this crap that I didn't even realize through these negative expectations or through whatever it is, like not beating ourselves up about that, right? That's self-love and being like, okay, all right, kind of laughing about it. Like, oh, that's funny. Okay, great. I'm glad that I see that. All right, now that I know better, let me do better. That kind of an energy. Yeah. And it's so beautiful, Sarah. And it is, I mean, as our frequency rises, as the energies on this planet rise, we are manifesting at a greater and greater rate. The only thing that slows us down is our resistance, or when it comes to the good things anyway. That's what slows us down. But we are always manifesting powerfully, pulling in whatever is a match to our frequency. All right. And so we really want to be aware of this, and we want to be mastering that power, utilizing that power as much as possible. I'm feeling like as we move through, remember, this is a powerful gateway for connecting with the higher self. Powerful third eye activations too. Things being revealed, right? Seen on a level that we hadn't before. I don't know how I want to read that. This is the option that we have, right? I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Queen of Cups. And so with the Queen of Cups upright here, we have intuitive compassion. If we flip her upside down, we have unintuitive comparison. So which are you doing? Are you being loving toward yourself above all else? Yes, and hello, welcome, Eve. Yes, others as well, right? But really toward yourself is the number one thing this card wants to ask. Are you being loving and compassionate toward yourself? Or are you being unkind to yourself? Those excessive expectations of the self, right? Are you comparing yourself to others? Comparing yourself to like comparing yourself to the expectation of yourself that hasn't been fulfilled, right? How can you be more kind and loving to yourself so that you can be in this beautiful flow state? Because there's a beautiful energy here that's really assisting us in opening up, opening our hearts. It's like the surrender into the heart that then opens and activates the third eye as well, like a deeper activation of this, because we have we go deeper here. That allows us to open up deeper here as well. Change the tape. Exactly, Eve. I love that. Oh, that's Sammy. That's so excited. You found your car keys. Yes. Yes, I love it. I love it. Perfect. And we knew you would, right? We knew you would. In the... You checked there, right? Oh, that's great. That's great. That's I mean, I am the one who's famous for walking around the house looking for my water bottle or something while I'm holding it in my hand. So oh, I love it. I love it. Hello, Plune. Hello, welcome. Ooh, Holland in the house. Love it. Right? That is a good place for them if you're trying to go somewhere. Oh, excuse me, you guys. I gotta blow my nose a little bit. All right. Okay, we're going to pull a couple more cards here before we close. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, anything else that Spirit wants to say to us? Oh, Spirit wants to, unfair bias. This is all about perspective again. Fictional conflict. Empty promises. Yeah, so there's definitely an energy here of, truth being exposed as well. It's time for us, we know, right? It's time for us to really, if we have not yet walked away from someone or something that is causing us intense stress, drama. It's time to let that person or that thing go, that situation go. All right? And I feel great victory over that. I do. Especially, I feel like somebody having the opportunity during this full moon and during this 777 gateway to let go of the resentment and the frustration around somebody who was given preferential treatment. And this could be in a legal situation even. This could be in life in general. Somebody who did not deliver, who made a lot of promises, who didn't show up, who didn't own their shit, who did not who could not be an adult is what this feels like. Who couldn't take ownership of their energy, their choices, their decisions, and really kind of did you dirty in some way. All right, created a lot of conflict in your life, perhaps where people couldn't even recognize. This is like true narcissistic energy here, right? And many terms of the sense where it's like, perhaps people didn't even really know what was going on, or they didn't believe you because they couldn't see the truth of what was happening because this person had people wrapped around their finger. And this could include the court system in some cases here. And it's like there was a lot of, they put you through the ringer in a lot of ways, and they didn't show up. They didn't take responsibility for things. They promised you the world and didn't deliver, right? Caused a lot of hardship, a lot of conflict in your life. But you're going to be victorious over this energy in the end. You're going to be releasing a lot of this resentment and anger. And that's what makes you victorious, accepting past trauma. It's the acceptance of it in the face of like, okay, in the way of like, okay, this happened. Okay, there's nothing I could do about it. I cannot change what happened. I cannot make people see the truth about this person. In some cases, it's like I cannot even clear all the mud off of my name because nobody will listen to me still. Nobody will validate that, right? Validate me. And it's like accepting that anyway and being like, all right, whatever. I'm moving on. I'm not allowing that to keep me angry. I'm not allowing that to keep me in a lower vibration. I'm going to, like, that happened. It was not fair, right? It was whatever this, whatever. And this doesn't have to be just this specific situation. This is for anyone and everyone right now that's accepting past trauma. Okay, that happened. That was awful. No person should have to go through that, right? But I did. And I am stronger now because of that experience. I don't have to carry around that pain anymore. I don't have to carry around that resentment, that anger, that frustration. I can let that go. I don't have to stay attached to that story and feed into that, because there's a constant loop of pain, trauma, and suffering that people are still feeding off of, that we keep active when we keep engaging with a storyline. When we keep allowing ourselves to be angry about something, we are still feeding them with our energy. All right, so cut them off. That's what's going to happen for some people during this energy. And you're going to be amazed. And what I would suggest for the people that are relating to this, that this is happening for you, reclaim that energy, recapitulate that energy. Set that intention that all of the energy that you leaked out and gave away to this person, to this situation, whether intentionally or unintentionally, be cleansed, cleared, and returned to you. All right? Set the intention that any soul fragments that this person may have been holding on to, or that you may have been holding on to from this person, are cleansed, cleared, and returned to the proper parties. All right? This is the kind of work that you can be doing around this, on and around this 777 portal. Oh, that's so funny, Thorn-Rosa. I love that. I love that. Yeah. All right. And then we have building foundation. All right. So there's like, you can start building from here. And with self-isolation, the Hermit here, and rapid fire planning here, I feel like somebody's going to be pulling back their energy in order to begin creating and building a firm foundation for themselves. And this goes right with that Capricorn energy, right? Full moon in Capricorn tomorrow. It's setting those strategies, those plans to move forward, being in that planning stage, that creating stage. And you may need to take some time to be alone in order to do that. Some people, it's like the energy of standing on your own 2 feet is so important and so empowering for you right now. Oh, I see what's going on here. I had the whole deck. I was like, most of these cards are, all right, I'm going to do that. Anyway, that's just, we don't need to worry about that right now. All right, you guys, I love you. I want to see, let's pull one final closing card. And we're going to do it from the Lightworkers Oracle. Going back to the basics here. Let's get one final closing card for this 777 clear portal, Sirian gateway, full moon in Cappy, whatever we want to pull for right now. All right. And that's what acceptance is, right? It's like when we accept a situation, it's like it's more about not getting caught up in the injustice of it, right? Like that righteous anger is one of the most dangerous emotions to indulge in, because it's so easy to stay trapped in that, right? Because the anger is righteous, it's deserved. All right? But we want to be like, if we stay attached to that, sometimes it's hard for us to move on. All right. We want to like find a way to gain our power back. But like that righteous anger can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes we need that, right? That's like that righteous anger allows us to dig into our organic darkness in order to get that fire that we need to fight against something that is unjust. But it's like, that's what we want to check is, am I actually fighting against something? Am I making an impact? Am I making a difference? Or am I just like fighting against a brick wall, right? Am I using that energy in a constructive way? Or is it just depleting me and keeping me stuck in a toxic cycle? That's the energy. All right. Stalking. Ooh, I missed that there. Yeah, that's a little scary. You definitely, there's obviously some physical protections that unfortunately at least I'm not sure what country you live in, but I know like in this country that I live in, when we are experiencing things like that, there's not a whole lot of protection that's available to people. All right. Our legal system is kind of a joke. The energies and the people that are supposed to protect us, right? Which is no surprise. Don't really do a whole lot. So that's a scary situation. You definitely want to institute the protections that you can and institute your spiritual protections as well. All right. Keep those firm. Utilize the Eye of Ra. The Eye of Ra is very protective. Call in your dragons. Call in your collective of dragons. Shield yourself. Call in the invisibility shield. Set the intention that you're invisible and untouchable to all that means harm throughout all time and space. All right. Really work with your spiritual protections. Work with your spiritual team. Stay connected to your spiritual team. They can quite literally shift timelines in order to move you out of harm's way. All right, your team is very powerful. So utilize where you may not have a lot of like physical protection in the 3D world. Utilize all your protection in the non-physical, because that protection is really when you get anchored into that is beyond anything else. All right, so really get working with your team, get working with your dragons, get working with your shields. And stay and like take your energetic sovereignty back. All right, clear. That's the guidance that I would give in that situation. Perhaps some sort of ritual during. Would it be the full moon? It would be. Look up what moon cycle banishing rituals would be done under. The full moon is really good for releasing. I feel like it would be more like after the full moon, as the moon is waning toward the new moon, toward the dark moon. I feel like that would be the time to do a banishing ritual. I actually had to do one of those once for I had a stalker situation once, and it got kind of scary. And yeah, I had some assistance with that. But that really helped. That actually worked. That was really powerful. So look into that as well. But like I said, look into everything else. Working with your team, working with your shields, working with the Eye of Ra as well. And anything, any kind of banishing. Go, like, connect with your higher self and ask your higher self, like, what can we do? How can we use the power of this? I feel, like I said, I feel it moving out of the full moon. Like, as the moon is waning. So feel into what feels like the best day or the best night to do this. Ask your higher self, what can we do? And work with those energies as well. All right, let's get that closing card here. I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. Exactly, ×3. Oh, so much love to you, Mitchell. Final card for my beautiful tribe here. All right, we have Spiritual Decree coming out with the second ray of wisdom. And if this is not also beautiful confirmation of your angels standing behind you, I don't know what is. I can feel them coming through right now and saying, like, you decree it and we assist you in making it so. And this card is powerful because this talks about our ability to create and our ability to use our words and our intentions to bring into form that which we desire to see exist. And how we all have a spiritual path to walk. We all have a soul's blueprint, but we get to decree and decide what that is. We align with our higher self, right? Does she not look aligned? We align with the higher self, and then we decree, we speak into existence that which our higher self, right, our unified will desires. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? You hold the entire universe within you. All right? You get to choose. What do you decree? Use this moon, use this week, this portal, this gateway to make your spiritual decree. And I want to look into the second ray of wisdom and see if there's anything else that we need to understand with that. Second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master known as the Buddha is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of this ray of light from the universe. The second ray of wisdom is the energy of the open and loving heart of the universe. It is inclusive, drawing all things toward it with an invisible magnetism. And were we not just talking about how powerful and magnetic we are? Hello, welcome. Welcome, Jacob. Wonderful to see you here, brother. All right. So this is beautiful confirmation of the power of our vibration, the power of our thoughts, our words, our choices, right? It is gifted to you at this time to help you attract into your life the people, opportunities, and teachings that will help you succeed in your life mission. And I'm feeling teachings being very strong right now. Pay attention to the teachings that are being introduced to you, the ones that truly resonate with you on a soul, on a heart level. Yeah. The ones that pass that threefold test, right? Sounds good, feels good, looks good. Feels being the most important, right? The challenge with this ray, given that it is so magnetic and attractive, is learning to discern and say no when you need to. Imagine a fisherman who casts a very wide net and catches most of the ocean in it. Not everything is useful or even desired by the fisherman. While some things are gratefully accepted by the fisherman, other things are best returned to the ocean where they belong. And that's that 8 of Cups energy, right? That's that Queen of Swords. Being able to trust in future abundance is important. I want to say that again. Being able to trust in future abundance is important. You will not need to hold on to every opportunity, person, or situation out of fear of loss or lack. All right. So if you are doing that hoarding, essentially, that is in direct contradiction to abundance. All right. Hoarding is not an abundance mindset. Instead, you are learning to live in true abundance and flow. Practice feeling comfortable and letting go as well as receiving, right? Balancing that masculine and feminine. Trust that the universe has all that you want and need in unlimited supply. The universe will truly provide for you, dear child of light. So really working with that feminine, right? The letting go, the receiving. Hello, Fifi May. Welcome. When the Buddha comes into your world, or wait, hold on. This is a very different way of thinking to how most humans are conditioned from an early age, but it's never too late to change one's mind and open one's heart to a more loving, abundant, and enjoyable way to live. When the Buddha comes into your world, he brings the gift of wisdom. That includes openness to all that is without judgment. This might be the struggle that will eventually be revealed as a blessing in disguise. It might be the challenge that causes you to grow into readiness for that next phase of your divine life mission. Finally, as the second ray of wisdom relates particularly to teachers and education, you are encouraged to trust that you have a message to share that is helpful and educational for others. Whether your involvement in education and teaching is formal or less obvious, you are encouraged to honor the energy of the teacher in your life. In some way, your soul purpose likely involves helping others to learn through wisdom and love. And that is so true for essentially everybody on here, right? We are all students and we are all teachers. Hello, Louise. Welcome, beautiful. And so, yeah, the teaching energy feels strong. Some people really stepping into their role as a teacher. Some people really embracing their role as a student as well. Coming open to new teachings, perhaps to a new mentor. I'm feeling that for some people. And this energy, once again, without judgment, right? Going back to that energy of judging ourselves, of comparing ourselves, that energy that needs to be released, of all of that, holding those high expectations of ourselves that are unrealistic. All right. I am going to read this, actually. I'm going to read the invocation. The invocation says, I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the second ray of wisdom in my life. Through unconditional love and divine mercy, I open my heart with joy to the magnetic and creative field of attraction. I gratefully open up to abundance in all ways with trust, wisdom, and serenity. The universe provides all that I want and need with grace, love, and perfect timing. Thank you, universe. I call on the loving assistance of the genuine ascended master known as the Buddha in all aspects of this process so that all beings can receive the loving benefit of this spiritual gift according to divine compassion. Through divine grace, so be it. And I feel like spiritual decree, I feel like we covered that pretty well. This is all about your empowerment, right? I'll read just this little blurb here. You have been wondering what will happen next in your life, not realizing how much power you have to decide that for yourself. What do you wish to have happen next? Are you willing to use your divine birthrights of free will, voice, and empowerment to set the cosmic wheels in motion? If your answer is yes, then it is time to speak your truth to the universe. Decree it and you shall be it. Ooh, thank you for that donation, Sarah. You're so beautiful. Hello, Baymax. Decree it and you shall be it. And I love this too, because we're talking about using that throat, right? The power, taking back the power of our throat chakra, of our voice. It is time to speak your truth to the universe. All right? Speak your truth. Speak what you need to the universe and become that magnet that draws that towards you. I love that. You have been praying for help, asking for a map and wanting directions. You are wise in the ways of the receptive, responsive approach to life. It is spiritually mature to trust the greater guiding power of the divine to direct your course. And yet the wishes in your heart are part of how that happens. I want to read that part again. It is spiritually mature to trust the greater guiding power of the divine to direct your course. And yet the wishes in your heart are part of how that happens. Remember, the divine exists within you. You are the divine personified in human form. Okay? Divine destiny is not something that just happens to you, but it is something that you co-create as a living spiritual being with free will and divine love beating in your heart. You are being honored for your ability to ask for guidance and wait for signs. You are also being asked to set intention and develop faith in yourself, to trust in what your heart yearns for, what you love so much that you are willing to go through the discomfort of growth to see it come to life. It is time for you to have the experience of seeing your intention blossom into manifestation. This does not mean that you have to make things happen. You are not responsible for how your manifestation occurs. The universe unfolds according to its own genius. Of course, I love that. But you are responsible for the words. I'm going to start that again. You are responsible for the words, beliefs, and intentions you express that are the seeds of your personal creations. The universe then responds in its own wise and powerful way. When this oracle card comes to you, it is time to speak your truth. What does your heart truly yearn for? Focus on it and say it aloud. Don't be afraid to speak your dreams, desires, wishes, and fantasies. Sometimes it is only in daring to speak them aloud that we really understand what we want. Ooh. This can be a terrifying, liberating, exciting, and life-changing moment. It is the moment that we grow into a spiritual adult, becoming willing to take responsibility for our own life journey. Will you speak your truth, the truths within your heart now? Feel your words moving the energy from deep within, transforming your truth into sound and releasing it as intent to the universe. Don't worry about finding the perfect words. Just speak freely from your heart. Give yourself permission to express your deepest desires and then let go and trust. So this is a powerful, powerful force for us to work with, this force of our own words, of our own heart's desire made manifest as it moves through past our lips, right? As it takes sound and then begins to take form. Thank you, Evolved, for that donation. Thank you. So appreciated, brother. All right. This is big stuff, you guys. So important. This is part of taking that power of our throat chakra back as well. All right. Speaking that, decreeing it to the universe. Oh, hello, Melissa. So much love to you. Hello, Tequila. Yes, the universe is always working in our favor, exactly. And so the invocation for this, we're going to close with this. By the divine authority in me, I intend to create, attract, and enjoy for the greatest good of all life. Hold on, let me start that over. I'm getting ahead of myself here. By the divine authority in me, I intend to create, attract, and enjoy for the greatest good of all, a life of abundance in love, well-being, fulfillment, joy, and wisdom. I am willing to take the journey to grow into the fullest expression of my beautiful and true self. May these words be divinely empowered to create my reality. And use whichever words you want, right? The words here are love, peace, happiness, trust, surrender, strength, and grace, empowerment, sovereignty. These are words that I would add, right? May the power of voice and decree, the power of spiritual authority always be tempered by grace and divine mercy. Through unconditional love and my own free will, so be it. I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. And I love on the bottom of the deck how we have reassurance of the golden light. So Spirit coming through, reassuring you, reminding us all we are on our highest and most divine path. Stay anchored in your heart. Stay anchored in your truth, and you will remain on your highest and best timeline. And this is a beautiful, beautiful portal and gateway right now to really align with that highest and most organic timeline. And this whole live stream was basically a how-to and how to do that. All right, you guys, I love you and appreciate you so much. Hello, Louise. Yeah, it's time to cut those apron strings, man. We don't allow people to hold us back anymore, right? When we allow that, it's really another form of holding ourselves back, right? When we allow other people to do that. The attachment. Hello, Estrella. Welcome, beautiful. Yes, exactly, exactly. I'm God, I am sovereign, I am free ×3. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are releasing ourselves. Where is that card again? See the beauty, see the power in this card. Releasing all that no longer serves, transmuting that with the fire. All right? All of that powerful emotion as well, represented by the water here, right? Walking towards the sunrise. Walking towards the new. All right, interesting on this card, at least the way that I'm seeing it on this screen, it's rising on the left, right? Which would be the east, right? Yes, thank you, Pippi. If anyone hasn't yet, definitely hit that like button. Much appreciated. You are all so beautiful. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here with me. Enjoy this portal. Enjoy all these beautiful energies. I'm going to get some much needed family time this week, so I won't be probably back on here again this week. But I appreciate you all so much. You are all so incredibly, incredibly beautiful. Keep shining bright. Keep speaking your truth. Keep standing in your power. Keep following your heart. All right. Walk towards where your higher self is leading you, and walk away from whatever your higher self is leading you away from. Trust that guide within you that knows all. All right. Deep bow to you all as well. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Love to all of you. Love to you and yours. Yeah. If anyone is interested in setting up a personal session with me, I am, it's been a little bit of we've been a little bit all over the place here. There's been a lot going on. I've been a little bit, backed up with that. I have a little bit of a weight going on. Not too much though. We're working through it. We're moving through it. So please do reach out to me and let me know so that I can get you factored in. It is always my deepest honor and privilege to do any personal one-on-one work with anybody in this tribe. You guys are so amazing. I would recommend email. When people message me on Instagram and things like that, sometimes I'm not really great about always. It gets lost in the shuffle of all the random messages that I get sent on Instagram. The people from my sort of real life, but not really real life. You guys know what I mean. Like there's a lot in those social media things that it's just, I'm not really good about keeping up with those. And sometimes I do space and forget that I'm having conversations with people on there. Email, I'm always really good at checking my email. bodyworkbykassia@gmail.com. It's linked in the description box below. Yeah, it's always such a beautiful honor to interact with all of you. The only time I would say if like you email me and you're not getting anything from me after a few days, it's definitely possible that maybe there was like a spam issue or something. So then I would message me on Instagram or something like that. But the email is generally the best and the fastest way and the most consistent way to get a hold of me. And yeah, as I said, I have a waitlist going for the aura sessions right now, which I'll be starting sometime in probably the late summer, early fall. And then just a little bit of a wait when it comes to readings and stuff like that. But definitely get a hold of me, and we can get you scheduled in sometime in the next coming weeks or so. Love you, appreciate you, honor you, each and every single one of you. Have a beautiful week. And yeah, I will be back. We'll be discussing. We got a lot more stuff to talk about as after we move through this next week. We're moving through toward the Venus retrograde. We have Leo season beginning, right? Really warming up toward that 8/8 portal. So lots of powerful, powerful stuff going on. Of course, there's a new moon in there somewhere too, and God knows what else, right? So we'll stay on top of it as best we can. Clear. All right. Hello, fresh start. Love you all. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you all very soon. Now let me try to figure out how to. And thank you again, everybody who donated. That was very, very sweet of you. Much love to you as well. And everyone who's being here, right? Donating your time, donating your energy. The beautiful energy on these live streams is only possible because of all of you beauties who join. And of course, everybody who will join in the replay, we feel your energy as well. And we love you and we honor you as well. So bye, guys.